Good morning. My name is Danica Solberg, and I am going to be teaching your 162 lecture course this semester. I'm going to go over a couple of things on the syllabus. If you have any questions, write them down so you can email them to me and I will happily respond to you. Okay. So I'm sharing the syllabus right now. I just want to walk through a couple of really important parts. And as I think of things, I'm going to let you know. Again, write down any questions that you might have. Okay. So your guys' lab section is from 4 to 6:50 on Tuesdays. That'll be with Kingsley. If you have any questions, you can let him or me know. You do not have lab this week. You will start lab online next week, but we're not 100% sure what you're doing yet. So we'll let you know and post on Canvas about that. Okay. Your description and all of that. We are online for the first 2 weeks. Hopefully you figure that out by now, but we will be, and then we will be in person. It is really important to do classes and labs in person. So hopefully once we get through this COVID issue, we will be together. Okay. My office is ICN 2007. Please feel free to drop by anytime. I'm usually here from like 9 to 3 or 4, depending on the day. But my office hours are going to be the best time to see me, which are essentially right before class or on Wednesdays from 2 to 3. Okay, email, of course, and then my webpage. I do want to show you this really quick. If it'll open. So on my webpage, no, it doesn't look like it's going to open. On my webpage, this is actually going to be a really good tool for you guys. I'll keep it updated with, it's essentially extra. So extra practice. I'll post my lecture videos. There's a schedule on there, like my plan book, and extra, practice and extra videos. So if what I'm saying doesn't quite make sense to you, I have linked some other people, usually Khan Academy or Bozeman, something like that, that can help you with the content as well. So before you come to my office hours, I highly recommend checking out the website first. Okay. Most of you have already bought CHEM 101, but you do need to buy a CHEM 101 access code. You can get it through the bookstore, or you can just go there, create an account. You can actually start on our homework before you've paid for it. It's going to be $33.95 for the semester. That's really the only thing you have to buy. And then the code I posted on Canvas. So make sure you use our code to get into the class. You do have to purchase it by the 24th. Otherwise, you will not be able to do the homework, and the homework's worth a decent amount of points. So make sure that you purchase it by the 24th. And you can just do that online. You don't have to go through the bookstore. It's going to be the same price. The other thing is the lab manual. Kingsley and I will both post the PDFs online. So if you'd rather print it, or if you'd rather do it online, just check with Kingsley and make sure that's okay that you turn it in that way. The other thing that I have linked here is our textbook. So our textbook is online, and I know that there are some gaps in the textbook, so I will be posting links to supplemental material as we go, but the textbook is really optional. I will present everything in lecture that you're going to need for the test. If you're somebody though who likes to read the textbook, then I would check that out if that's helpful for you. Okay. Or if you're looking for a different one, let me know and I can kind of help you find one. Okay. Scientific calculator, and 89 is best just because you have to be able to use like quadratic equation or solve for X, and 89 makes that really easy. If you have an 83 or an 84 though, that'll be fine too. And I will give you a periodic table that's got most of the stuff on it. Okay. Of course, all of our objectives, you're welcome to read through those. All of our units. So we're starting at chapter 13, which is right after where we left off in 161, and then the labs that go along with those. Okay, some important policies. Essentially, I will present things in lecture. It's going to be kind of discussion based. Hopefully you guys can help me fill in the blanks in lecture. It'll be a little bit different while we're online, and I do apologize for that. But I'll try to get through and be as straightforward with material as possible. The point of this class is application, not memorization. So I hardly ever require you to memorize things. Now, there are a few things here and there that are important, but like you don't have to memorize the periodic table. You don't have to memorize the like weights or formulas or anything like that. I'll give you everything that you need. You just have to be able to apply it. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you struggle with math, please feel free to stop by my office or go to the tutoring center. If you're getting caught up on the math, that's not something I'm going to go over in class, but I can help you with an extra time. Okay, show up, come to lecture. Go to lab. If you miss 3 labs or you have 5 absences from lecture, then you won't be able to pass the class. So just kind of keep that in mind. If there's a COVID emergency or you have to stay home or something, just send me an email. Okay, we'll get it figured out. All right. Here's the important thing, right? We all want to know how we're being graded. You guys are going to have 12 Chem 101 homework activities. That's essentially 1 per chapter. I'm not assigning you one for the very first review, but starting with chapter 13, you're going to have a homework assignment. The lowest one gets dropped. We're going to do group activities, which really can be individual if you would prefer. But your group activities are like practice problems that'll get you ready for the test. And we will have some time in class to work on those. So you can work in groups, you can work individually, but you do need to keep track of those. That's like your good practice. Okay. Again, you get to drop the one that you get the lowest score on. Group quizzes. We'll do a group quiz before each test. In order to get those points, you do have to be there. You will have a special topics paper, and I'll talk about that in a little bit later in the semester, and a portfolio. Your portfolio is really just all of your practice. So keep track of your group activities and your group quizzes. Anything I hand back to you essentially should go into your portfolio. I will check that and your work at the end of the semester. Okay, and that's worth 50 points. For exams, you get to drop the lowest. Lab is worth 20% of your grade. Final exam is also worth 20% of your grade. You cannot drop the final exam. Everything adds up to 1,000 points. Okay, so homework's going to be on Chem 101. Group work will be in class or outside of class. Again, you guys can work together. That's totally fine. And then group quizzes we'll have a class period before the test to actually work through group quizzes, which is really like your practice for the test. Your special topic paper will be at the end of the semester. I will assign it after the 3rd exam, but it's really due on like the week before finals. And you're just going to have to kind of present to us what it's about. I'll give you options or kind of help you find a topic later in the semester. Again, your portfolio is just of your work. So please keep your group activities, group quizzes, and your special topics paper should all go in your portfolio at the end of the semester. It doesn't have to be in a binder. A folder is fine. Exams, multiple choice and show your work problems. Just keep that in mind. You do need to be able to answer both types of those. Please participate. That would make my life easier. It'll make your life easier. If you have questions, ask them. I know that's really hard on Zoom, but if you have a question, please just write it down, email me, hop on my Zoom. I'll be on Zoom during class when we're online. Just keep that in mind, okay? The only late work I will accept are Chem 101 homework assignments, group activities, and the special topics paper. You lose 10% each week that they're late, starting the day after they're due. After 4 weeks, I won't accept them anymore, or the last day of lecture, whichever one comes first. I will not accept anything after the last day of lecture. Okay, I have to get your grades in. All right, I've got the whole schedule here, everything that's going to be assigned, everything that's going to be due, dates for everything, which chapters we're discussing each day. Maybe write down the exam dates in your calendar, keep those in mind, but everything is laid out here. I also have the labs. Notice again, no lab this week. We will start lab next week. I'm not sure if we're going to do the titration online or if we're going to shift everything a week. I will let you know when Kingsley and I decide on that. So that's the main points of the syllabus. I'm really excited to actually see you guys in lecture. Hopefully that happens sooner rather than later. 2 weeks, and I'll see you guys all in class. If you have questions, email me. Okay. Otherwise, have a great day. Don't forget to watch the lecture video. I will post it as a YouTube video, so it's going back and forth. I use a YouTube video specifically because I know some people like to watch it at like 1.5 speed or 2 speed just to get through it faster, and that's totally okay with me, but that's where your lecture notes are going to be. So keep that in mind. Use your time wisely. I will be on Zoom during class and during my office hours, so please feel free to pop in.